kept losing internet the minute I was and I walked away from the house at all, which is no fun at all. I am actually taking a look around. I was going to see if my ducks were anywhere. I saw them out the window this morning. So apparently they did not spend the night in the barn. And I'm kind of hoping it's a boy-girl pair. I'm kind of hoping maybe they are making me ducklings. So I'll come over here and see what's going on. And actually, I have not seen my dog this morning either. So we're going to take a quick look in the dog barn and see if she let herself back in. As you can see, we've got a quarter-acre fence there that the dogs hang out in their own barn. And my Great Pyrenees likes to roam, so she jumps the fence and goes where she wants. And that's what, if you're a 100-pound dog, you got to do whatever you want. And yep, oh, look at this. I got a muddy dog. Hi, Bubby. You are covered in mud. That's pretty awful. Yes. So make sure you guys got food and water. Yeah, she would be a white dog normally. Do you want to come out? No, Jax. You can come out if you want. Here. Come on out, muddy dog, not Jax. That's my husband's hunting dog. He gets to stay in because if they are both out, they run away giggling and get into trouble. So, we'll go ahead and let her out. And yeah, she is seriously in need of a bath. But maybe it'll rain. Maybe she will get clean by default. Here's my kitties. They all came over to see what's going on. Yes, dear. And we're back looking for the ducks this morning. See if we can find them. Are you coming for a walk? Alright, good girl. She usually lives in the dog barn. We have 6 kitties, and then we have 3 kittens, too. Up, and here they are. That is Huey and Lewis. Huey is the little one, Lewis is the big one. And wherever they were, they decided to come back and come where they're supposed to be. And they are hoping I'll feed them. Look how snooty they are. They come over and they walk away. Yeah, they're going to go over in a corner and talk about me next. Let's go check on the little chickens. I guess my doggy's going to go for a walk with me too. We got to walk around and grab some stuff from the barn. Actually, you know what? We can let these guys out. It doesn't hurt for them to come out and start running around, and that way they can start foraging for bugs and things. Chicken stampede. Ooh. You notice these guys kind of only fly vertically. They never go up. They always fly down. Here's my turkey. Good morning. Hey, Digging Up the Carolinas. Thanks for joining. That is our barn that I converted into our chicken habitat. That's Big Red. He thinks he's dominant, but he's not. Come on, guys. Girls, let's go down. Come on, babies. Oh, it looks like we got chickies. Shall we look? We have baby chicks here. Let's see what we got here. Oh my gosh. We have like 4 or 5 of them. That is awesome. Wow. We had 1 yesterday. That's a good mama. We got lots of baby chicks. That is awesome. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'd say at least 6 of them. So that is really cool. I'm excited because we had only got 2 out of the last nest that we were letting nest. So this mom is going to be busy. And you have to always check to make sure there's none on the ground that fell out of the back of the nest because they make a fuss. And it doesn't look like it is. I'll go ahead and grab the eggs that are here because if I leave them out, somebody will decide they want to try to hatch them. And we don't generally let our chickens hatch eggs. We let them do 1 batch, usually. It's my kitty. Good girl. Alright, we're going to cut through and grab these guys some food. Sorry. We're going through the middle of the barn and drop these eggs off so that I don't accidentally crack them on myself. Let's see. Somebody's coming down. Woo! Jeez. You know, Boo was outside talking to us just a little while ago, and then she went up to the barn, and now she's racing down here because she thinks there's food. I think that'd be awesome. You know, if I win the lottery, I want to build a car wash on my property, a drive-through car wash that goes into the garage so that I can wash my stinking car and not have it be covered in mud. 80%. Let's give these guys some food. We're just gonna grab some, this is Bob here. We're gonna grab some food for the chickens and go back out because they're expecting something. And then the rest of the day they will free range. But I'm gonna see, oh actually, I'm gonna see how my juveniles are doing first. I've got my little chickens are in this back thing. And so if we're gonna do that, I'm just gonna grab them a little food. Oh, this is a good container. Don't you love the fact I'm just taking you guys along with me when I'm doing my chores anyway? It's like a twofer. So we got chick feed. That's what I grabbed. I'm going to go this back route. And this is our back pen. We got some baby turkeys, 2 juvenile turkeys. And good morning, Rob. How are you today? Got some food for them. Let me just put that in there and let them make a mess of it. And here's my other mama hen. And she should have 2 babies with her. Yes, she does. So she's doing what she needs to do. And I should have a total of 10 of these other guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, I got 10. I was kind of do a head count just to make sure I didn't lose any in the middle of the night. These guys are locked up over here because my Great Pyrenees, as much as I love her, has decided that small chickens make great sweet toys. Well, we're going to go back in and grab something for the other guys. I love it how many acres you have. If you don't mind my being noisy. You're not being noisy at all. We are on a hobby farm, which means that it's basically just a house with a really big backyard. We don't actually farm it, but my husband bought this place like 30 years ago. There's almost no DVDs. No, that's not good. Hold on. I'm going to put you guys down for a minute and get this food for you. Looks like it's time for us to refill on the DDG. My husband works for the ethanol plant, and so we grab dried distiller's grain. That's what it's like a byproduct of ethanol production, and they sell it to the farmers to use for animal feed. And that's what that is. And so we usually give them DDG, and then I usually give them just a little bit of corn for fun. We get corn whenever we find it laying around, because honestly, trucks will dump piles of corn and seeds on the side of the road sometimes. In fact, this is all full of, I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but this is full of sunflower seeds. I've got a few of those in there too. And then I also pick up corn cobs if I find them after they've already harvested. Sometimes you'll find corn cobs out in the field, and the wild birds will take them, but sometimes we grab them too. So we're gonna, let's see, I'm gonna shut these lights off. We're gonna cut back through the chicken barn, and we will get these guys a little bit of snack. And they all come running back in because they figure I'll feed them. Okay, out. Everybody out. Let's go. No. No, we're not feeding you in the barn. Out. Oh, so to answer your question, we have about, I don't know, 22 acres, something like that, 23 acres. It's not a lot, but it does give us a nice buffer between neighbors. All right, so this is super fun. Check this out. This is why I grab corn cobs, because it gets them all out from being underfoot. There's one over there too. There's one in the middle. And one for you. Here we go. Where'd my turkey go? Turkey! Come here, turkey. You want some? The ducks and turkey are special. I let them eat directly out of the bowl. Alright. Alright, let's pour it down. And there. Carry it across. Oops. There we go. We actually don't give them a lot of food. They free range, and it's actually healthier for them. I just give them a little extra in the morning because it ups their protein. And then they're supposed to run around and eat ticks and bugs and whatever, grass, you name it. So, yeah, these guys are taking that corn cob to town here. Let me make sure I can see the chat. There we go. There, that's better. Why do they dump that much? Isn't it bad or doesn't much storage? Oh, you know, usually it's an accident. You know, when you're driving around out here, a lot of times you see a lot of birds along the side of the road, and it's because the grain trucks just drop corn while they're driving. Hey, Glenn, thanks for joining. As far as like the you know, when sometimes my husband will find like a pile, and I'm not quite sure if they just either got too big a load and they couldn't load it or what, but it just gets abandoned. And you know, you could just leave it and let the wild animals get it, or you could pick it up and save a little on your costs. So that's what we do. We try to farm as frugally as possible, especially since we're really not a commercial production at all. We're just a small family. They're ready for breakfast. Yes, they are. So, Glenn, are you going out hunting today? It's actually a little bit overcast here. I'm waiting for the ground to dry up just a little bit because I would really like to go out detecting today, but it seems like it might be a muddy mess. I'm going to go out the back lot. So this is what I was saying, that, you know, basically we just have a bigger yard. This is our backyard. And this is my lone duck chicken. Hi, baby. Hi, you want to join everybody else? This is, you've ever heard of a pecking order? Well, this poor chicken is the lowest on the pecking order of all the chickens. Oh, here's my two baby chicks. You see them? They're super cute. I actually kicked Mama and her babies out into the juvenile pen the other day because I wanted them to be able to roam freely and get chick food without having the other chickens jumping all over them. And this way they can eat with the juveniles, and they're fine. She keeps them warm. there is a couple shelters in here, and there's a door that goes into the barn so they can go get out into the barn out of the rain as well. Hey, come on. You want to go see everybody else? You don't, do you? All right, come on, let's go. We're going to take this one for a walk. He is taken to sleeping in the nesting boxes to get away from everybody. And I think everyone picks on him. It's really sad. I kind of felt sorry for him and put him in the juvenile pen for a bit. But my husband said I was just wasting feed. Hey, Backroad Hillbillies, thanks for coming. So anyway, he's been out instead. If he's in the nesting boxes at night, I will kick him out because he poops in the nesting boxes. Oh, look at this. We got a deer. Check this out. You guys could see that or not? He's all the way in the corner. I thought it was too late in the morning for them to be out, but that one actually might be a doe. She might have a fawn there too. That's why she's hanging out in the trees. Hey Bernie, thanks for joining. Appreciate it. Now this is my naughty chicken over here. Let me zoom out. This one decided she can fly. She doesn't just fly down, she flies up. And what she likes to do is fly into the juvenile pen and eat the chick feed. And that's what she was doing just now. Yeah, she was thinking about coming in the juvenile pen. She does this like every day and helps herself. And here's my muddy dog, looking very pleased with herself. Good girl. Yes, you are. Oh, here's my missing cat. This is Bippity. And this one is my bad chicken, and she knows it. She's walking away from me on purpose because she knows that she gets kicked out of that place every time she goes over there. Good girl. Let's see if I can see Chad. It keeps coming up and then popping out, so there we go. Let's see who else is in here today. Make sure I said good morning to everybody. Bernie, good morning. Glenn, Simplex Treasure Hunter. If anybody has not been to Glenn's channel, Simplex Treasure Hunter, he's a fairly new channel, but he's been really great about posting videos almost every day, or every day, I don't know. So he's definitely worth a watch. He is doing hunting down south, like Oklahoma, I think, Arkansas, somewhere down south. Let's go there. Glenn, where are you located? Is it Arkansas or Oklahoma? Oh, these guys are all hanging out. And my dog is just hanging out with me too. Come on, go. Let's take a walk. We'll leave the chickens to their own devices. And you stop being naughty. That is a barred rock chicken, in case anybody doesn't know their breeds. The gray one is a sapphire gem. And those funny looking kind of salmon colored ones, or peach colored ones, those are salmon Faverols. And this multi looking chicken is, he's an Americana mix that we hatched ourselves because he's like half Americana and half I don't know what. And wouldn't normally look this bad. He's molting. He'll grow new feathers here and then he'll look a lot better. And then this little girl over here, that is a speckled Sussex, and we actually just got 2 more speckled Sussexes and 4 more barred rocks. And actually that's the one thing we forgot, was to look in the brooder and see if these guys have food and water for the day. Thank you for posting that, Glenn. I try to make everybody an admin on my channel, especially if you're in my live feeds, so that way you can share your links and get to know one another. And yep, these are my discount chickens. These guys were over at Runnings and they were only $2, so I picked up 6 more of them so that they could hang out and make us some eggs. The 2 brown ones are speckled Sussex as well, and the other 4 are barred rocks. What do you got to say, huh? And she's trying to figure out where she wants to lay. Alright, we're going to get out of this dirty old chicken house here. It's really muddy out here today, too. Come on, Bella. I'm going to check real quick if anybody... Oh, Digging Up the Carolinas. I'm sorry, you're not an admin on my channel. Let me make you a moderator. That way you could share your link. Or you could click on anybody else's channel and go directly to it. They don't need to necessarily post their links to do that. These are pretty. These are sapphire gems. Magnet fishing in the rain. Doesn't that sound kind of dangerous? Like, couldn't you get struck by lightning or something? Oh my God. Good morning, Squirrels Magnet Fishing. How are you today? Let me add you as a moderator. My general rule is anybody who comes to my live chats, I make you a moderator so that you guys can share your channels, get to know one another. Please don't put other users in timeout. However, if you do find bots, whatever, posting, feel free to kick them out. I haven't had any bots in my chat yet, but I hear that is a problem for the people. Good morning, Grandma Kelly. Thanks for joining. You always magnet fish in the rain, so you guys don't worry about lightning. This is Bippity. She's going to make us some more kitty cats here pretty soon. And I'm hoping, because she's a calico, she's going to spin out some really pretty ones. Timeout's okay for me. Okay. Ever had Icelandic chickens? I have never even heard of an Icelandic chicken, Rob. Never seen them in any of the catalogs either. So it's kind of interesting. I'll have to look that up. You know, I don't metal detect if there's lightning either. I used to if it was raining and there was lightning, I used to run under trees, and my husband said that's a really bad idea. So I don't do that anymore. We have duck eggs. They are rich. You know, my ducks are deadbeats. They're not laying eggs, or if they are, we don't know where they are. My turkey lays eggs, and since she doesn't have any boy turkeys, they can't be fertilized, obviously. So she just lays them, and we cook with them too. They're just like cooking with duck eggs or chicken eggs or anything else. Oh, Grandma Kelly, thanks for stopping in. I appreciate it. If anybody hasn't checked out Grandma Kelly's videos, please do. She's awesome. We are going to, you know, my husband's smarter than he looks. That's all I have to say. I'm just kidding. He is very smart. He's an electrician by trade. And he built onto our house and added, like, I don't know, 3,000 square feet to it or something ridiculous. One of the reasons why I respect him so much is when I first met him, he came and toured the house. And the basements, he dug basements with 8-foot ceilings. And my house that I originally bought when we moved to South Dakota, they had short people had moved a house in from the farm. And every time I went down to the basement, I would bump my head because there were only 5'1" ceilings in there. So 8-foot ceilings are awesome. I'm walking out to grab the mail, and I apologize. If I lose signal, I'll be right back on. But we're going to see if we can get out a quarter mile. This is part of my morning routine. What I should do, if I had enough range, I'd walk you guys over. We had a pig farm nearby, and they have all the little baby pigs out right now. It is super awesome. I might have to post a video of them on my shorts a little later. I was driving up my road. This was last summer. And I thought there was a skunk in the middle of the road, and I kind of centered my Armada so that I'd miss him, but he was like right in the middle. And he was like laying down, so I centered over and didn't hit him. And I looked in my rearview mirror, and up pops this little pig. And it was a baby pig who had gotten out of the enclosure of the neighbors. And he was sitting in the middle of the road. He was so cute. So I backed up, I went and grabbed him, and put him in the car, and I drove him over to the neighbor's yard and found one of the guys working there and asked him if he could match him up with the pig's mommy. And he said they keep records. Oh, Bippity came walking with me this morning. Alright, all we got is junk mail. But I always try to grab it anyway. Let's see what we got here. For some reason my chat keeps popping in and out. It is so hard to go live on the phone. I'm actually live on my phone right now. The only thing is because we're out in the country, sometimes the internet signal is a little sketchy, and I don't know if it's today, if it's because we got a little overcast or what. But I tried this twice this morning before I was successfully able to launch live. First two, they just kept connection failing, so I had to delete them. I deleted one, the other one I don't know if it ever uploaded. So this is take 3, or third time's a charm. I see my kitty's coming back. Come on. Here, come on, hurry up. You're being late. This is our cat that lives in the doghouse. And she likes it over there. She eats with the dogs, and the dogs don't seem to care. It's really weird, because the dogs are both a bit food jealous, but they don't mind if she eats with them. So she'll walk up, and even when they're eating out of the bowl, she'll walk right up and start in. And doesn't seem to faze her one bit. What's the temperature there? I'd say it's probably in the 60s this morning. It's not super cold. It's just really damp this morning. And I'd like to go detecting, but I'm kind of afraid that the ground might be a little too muddy. So I'm kind of debating that. I have to check the rainfall numbers and see if they got more or less rain north and south of us. Because if they got less rain up north, I could go to a different commission. I wanted to head out east today and go back to an old church I started the other day. And it was really weedy, but I'm thinking with the moisture, maybe some of the weeds are tamped down. What you looking at, Bella? Are you tired? This is my GP. I got her at the Humane Society, and she's awesome. She likes to run at night and chase stuff. And right now, she's quite interested in something. I'm guessing a gopher. I ain't learned to go live with others on their live when I'm live yet. Glenn, it's super easy. Just go on to StreamYard. They have a free account you can get. And once you do that, you just click on Go Live. If you want to do kind of a test run of that, email me and I will walk you through it. And we can do like a little live stream impromptu one after hours when we're not digging. But it is actually not too hard. It's really something you got to do on a PC. I tried to do that on my phone, and when I went on my phone, I guess you can do it if you go to StreamYard and then you click on desktop site, you can do that from your phone. That's what Brockton was saying. I was not able to do that successfully yet. Usually if I stream with people, I'm up on my computer. And actually, when I'm on my computer, it works better for duck races and everything else, because I can type faster with a keyboard than I could ever type if I'm on my phone. So that's our camper. We bought that used because I decided that glamping was more fun than tent camping. And it is a behemoth to haul. Things like 10,000 pounds. And my capacity on my Armada is like 9,500, but we tow it anyway. So it's not the best. This is junk mail. I think I'm just going to walk this out to the pit real quick. not even take it in the house. Hope everybody's got their coffee this morning already. I got my first cup and I forgot to bring it out with me. Oh, this is interesting. This is the area that has had my husband's old, I think it's a Ford truck. I think it's a Ford, I don't know, for years. And my stepson came last weekend and they decided they are going to rebuild the truck. So they hauled it over into the barn and they're going to pull the engine out. And I don't know if they're rebuilding the engine, but pull out the engine and redo something or other. And when they're done, an old school Ford truck, which is kind of cool. So that's a summer project. I am not one for fixing cars. If cars break, I either take them somewhere to be fixed, or I am perfectly happy getting rid of it and getting a car that runs. Just so, whatever. But my husband's really good at fixing stuff. Let's see. I tried to download the app live stream and I will email you and see if I can get it to work. Sounds good, Glenn. Are you on Android or iPhone? I thought you had an iMovie, so I think that you're on an iPhone, aren't you? Because if you are on an iPhone, you do not want to use the app. That's the one I tried before. It's called Streamlabs. And that is, the Streamlab app is not the same as using StreamYard. StreamYard is run by Streamlabs, but they are not the same. Good morning, Patty Disharoon. How are you today? Thank you for joining. Sorry. Wiggling. There we go. Let's see. I'm just checking that thing. Hey, I am Zaxxon. Thanks for joining this morning. I think everybody should be an admin on the channel. If you are not, raise your hand and I'll make you a moderator. That way, if you have a blue wrench, you can share links. And you can also just click on any user to visit their channel. And personally, I think, you know, I actually have a blue wrench for a lot of the channels I visit regularly. I think that that's a good way to interact with other people. Oh, it's just a sales ad. It's going to go into this bucket here, and it's part of the shooting range. This other thing was a magazine. I guess I got to keep that for a little bit. Not that I would read it. Uh-oh. We got a bad dog. Jax, how'd you get out? This is my husband's hunting dog, Jax. And he's not supposed to be out at the same time my dog is out. How'd you get out, huh? You go barn? No. No, you go get your butt back to the barn. Come on. Just stopping by to say hello. I'm good. Video chatting with my granddaughter. Oh, sweet. And watching. Hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you, Patty. I appreciate your stopping in. We're just going to hustle over to the barn, actually. Trudge very slowly over to the dog barn. And put away the bad dog. You guys are being naughty, huh? The problem is that if they're out together, they will run away and go roaming, and that's not good. We've got a hog farm nearby for starters, and Jax likes to jump the fence back and forth and try to get Bella to jump in there. And Bella has not taken his bait yet, but with mine. Jax, let's go! Now we are going to get him back in the barn. And then we have to figure out where he's escaping again, because he's been letting himself out on a regular basis. Let's see. Jax! You go barn! What are you doing? Huh? Barn. Yeah, my sister had a dog named Barney, who she swore did not speak English because he would never follow commands. And so I started working with Barney. And Barney could speak English just fine. He just would choose to ignore her. Just saying. Let's go in. Get your butt in there. Yeah, you're supposed to be in, not out. Go on. Bella, you want in? I don't think Bella wants in. Let's see. Bella, you want to go inside? You can go inside. Come on. You go hang out. Yes, that's a good girl. You go on. If she stays in, he might stay in. This is interesting. This is our dog barn. We actually put this kennel fence along here just to keep the dogs from storming the door whenever I opened it. So that inner thing is just a buffer zone. I'll email you later. I'm going to go see if I can get that app. Glenn, it's not an app. You need to use Chrome and go to the website StreamYard.com, I believe. Or just search Google for StreamYard. Again, on an iPhone, the app doesn't do what you want it to do. So I would recommend don't bother wasting your time trying to download that. Instead, I would definitely just use your browser and go to StreamYard and create an account. And once you have your account, you can use it to go up on other people's live streams as well. So it's a good thing to have. We are taking a look around here. Oh, cat just jumped the fence. I wanted to see if it looked like there were any spots that the dog might have gotten out. Because I'm not sure how it is he got out this morning. So we're going to walk the perimeter real quick. These little flags are trees that we got from Arbor Day Society, the Arbor Day Foundation. When you order trees from them, they send you a tiny little stick. You guys can see that or not. It's let's see, this one is what they sent. And so my husband put them all in the ground. Hopefully some of them will grow. They are shade trees. So if that whole row grows, that should offer some nice shade protection for the dog area. And I'm not seeing anything over here that looks like it's, I don't see anywhere that looks like it was breached. Let me see here. Good morning, Olin Borden. Thanks for coming. Ron E. Adventures. Appreciate you coming by. And Swing That Thing is in the house too. That is awesome. Is he climbing the fence or digging under? Okay, so the first time he was getting out, this was like last week, there was a spot in the fence that had a loose board, and he was jumping over into that hole. The second time, he was tunneling under by the garden. And my big dog actually, this fence is a bit of a wreck. It's kind of been cobbled together over the years. But my big dog, she kind of does a thing where she jumps up on a platform and squeezes through and then jumps down. She doesn't jump like a 6-foot fence, and I have no idea how she actually gets back in. But she has her ways. I don't know. We do let her do that specifically because she roams the property and keeps our chickens safe from coyotes. So you see our chickens are all hanging out now. Viento Samurai, thanks for joining. Now these guys are funny. All the food is gone. They're kind of picking around to see if there's anything else. But if they notice I'm here, they're all going to come running over here. So I'm just going to slowly walk by. I don't want them to notice there is a garden over here. Because when they notice there is a garden, then I will be screwed. Beverly, good morning. How are you doing today? And it looks like, aside from the grass clippings that fell in my husband's mowing, looks like we've got some little sprouts coming up. And then I think, if I remember correctly, I think my kid put potatoes in this blank area right here. didn't flag any of them, so I'm going to have to ask him. If there's nothing there, we're going to have to put something in, because there's nothing like leaving, 9 square feet not gardened. I'm going to come over here and see if this is where the dog was getting out real quick. Jax, did you come out this way again? Oh, you're naughty. You're naughty. Oh yeah, he tunneled under. You see that? So, I'm going to have to do something about that, or he's just going to keep letting himself out. I don't know if we can, Jax, you naughty boy. I think I need to put something else heavy right there. I'm going to put this here right now. Go on. But that's not going to hold him because it's super light. And yeah, he's digging. He actually dug up a bunch of dirt so he could tunnel over there. So that's going to be super fun this summer, because now that he's figured that out, I assume that he's going to go spot after spot under the fence. And we'll have to figure that out. And it looks like our stuff is growing. Everything got a lot of water the other day. Let's see if my tomatoes survived, because it was cold actually in the morning. But these guys look a little straggly, but I think they'll make it. We have way too many tomatoes, but they'll hopefully some of them will make good fruit. Sorry, my garden is a mess. I'm going to have to send Tanner out after a bit and have him kind of hoe up all those little weeds. I knew that was going to happen with the rain. Let's see. Have a great day, everyone. I have to go. Good luck out there. Clean the earth. Thank you, Patty. Appreciate your coming by. And Ron Adventures. Let's see. See if I can. For some reason, my chat keeps coming in and out. I don't know why it's not staying. Hey, Ron, stopping in. Hope you have a beautiful day as well. Patty says, I want to come to your place digging one day in the near future. Beautiful place, lots of land. You know, Patty, you are always welcome. We are in the middle of nowhere, actually. So not a lot to do around here except I go metal detecting. This is Bob. He got into a scuffle with the stray tom that's been coming around. And so he actually hurt his foot, but he's healing up pretty good. And he's cool. I like him. Good morning, SkyQuest. How are you today? I think we're just going to go sit on the, not on the porch, but on the little porch swing and hang out for a bit with you guys. And then I got to figure out if I'm going detecting today or if it's too wet. Because there is quite a bit of moisture. Yeah, SkyQuest, I want those ducks to get busy. I would love it if they would make me baby ducks. We have wild ducks too that they're, here, I'll show you guys real quick. We got a watering hole out in the corner of the property, and the wild ducks hang out right down there. I don't know if I can get over there or not. It looks like the grass is pretty tall. I try to pretty much walk around where it's been cut a little bit, or else I'll end up with ticks crawling all over me. And that's not my favorite thing, just saying. You know, it's a little tall over there. It's over. Hey, Bippity. Is that your mouse? Is that yours? I see. Good girl. This kitty's a mouser. That mouse looks like he's had it. And hold on. You guys might think this is disgusting, but since it's here, I don't really want to leave it here. And we're going to take the little mouse. Woo! Ooh, I dropped him. Yuck. I'm gonna take him and throw him with the chickens. Let's Kitty wants him. Bob, you want the mouse? Here. Bob. Bob, there's a mouse. Come here, look. Bob. Nope, he didn't want him. Oh, you want the mouse? Okay, they want the mouse. They're thinking about it. Hey, Bill, how are you doing today? Thanks for joining. I saw your little stream this morning. You look like you're a little under the weather. You guys don't want the mouse or you do want the mouse? Decide. You know, that is so cool, Dee. This kitty, I got 3 of them from a neighbor, and I named them Bippity, Boppity, and Boo. And this is Bippity, that was Boppity, and the other fluffy black and white one was named Boo, because she has a ghost face. But Boppity didn't like his name, and so we shortened it to Bob. Oh, we're going to leave the mouse. Good, because the little kitty just might learn how to deal with it. And we want them all to be mousers. So he's playing with it now, even though the thing is quite dead and has no head. So, good. I don't have to deal with it then. Oh yeah, that down there is not Boo. That's Smudge. Our one cat. Right after I adopted 3 kittens, one of our cats had kittens too. So I have like 5 juvenile cats now. And that is Smudge. I think it's a boy. Let me go over to... I'm going to hang out on the porch for a little bit. Well, not on the porch, but on my little porch swing. Wish I had my coffee. That would be awesome. All brothers. Bob, Bailey, Baxter, and Bentley. Oh, that is awesome. We now have 3 new kittens running around the yard. That is so cool, Bill. Here comes Smudge. He's coming up to hang out. Yeah, our 2 kitties had, one had 7 and the other had 5. So we had 12 kittens, but we had a roaming wild tomcat came by and dispatched almost all of them. And I was really happy that 3 of them, we found 3 of them hanging out under the barn, and they're still around. They actually now live in the chicken yard. And it's actually a good place for them, because if the wild tom comes around again, he'd probably be more interested in the juvenile chicks. You trap field cats and get them spayed. That is so cool. Viento Samurai, yes. I got this one. Does she count? Ah! She's a big muddy thing who just put her big wet head in my lap. I consider her to be my emotional support dog. What do you think? Because she comes up and she gives big head hugs. And she's a good girl. She's just muddy. Yeah, she will. Wait a minute, weren't you just in the barn? Did you let yourself out again? You did. Oh, don't give me that. Don't give me that. I don't want that big old wet paw. She's awesome. I got her from the Humane Society. There was a farmer out in Aberdeen that was mistreating his animals, and they had, by sheriff's order, court order, all of his animals were confiscated, and there were livestock, and there were farm cats, and there were these 2 big white dogs. This one, who you could see is super vicious, right? And the other one, hey Bella, get off the chair. I might have to walk around. If I sit down, she thinks I'm here to entertain her. All right, let's go for a walk. Come on. So they had these 2 dogs, both big white dogs. They were calling her a Great Pyrenees, and they called him, the other dog, a Maremma Shepherd. But they both look like GPs to me. I don't know. At any rate, she came into the room when I met her for the first time and immediately ran up to me and put her giant head in my lap, and was just the biggest love bug. She is like super friendly with people. And the other dog, when we walked by his enclosure, he threw himself at the fence and lunged at us like he wanted to kill us. So we named him Cujo. We did not adopt Cujo because he was just way too much. But anyway, I fell in love with Bella, and I put her I went ahead and put an application in for her that same day. You want that? No, that's just dirt. And it turned out there were like 12 other people all put applications in for her on the same day. And we got really lucky that they let us have her. I think part of it's because we're on a farm. And I think that, you know, she'd be miserable if she were living in town. I am sure, I'm sure he got adopted. That was a no-kill shelter. And there, you know, he just needed the right opportunity. You know, he definitely needed to be out in the country. The reason why we couldn't adopt him, aside from the fact that I don't like dogs that lunge at me and try to kill me, was that, you know, I have a son, and I prefer that he stay more or less intact with all his limbs till he grows up. So I can't get a vicious dog. That just doesn't work. He actually gets along great with the dogs. He likes cats better than he likes dogs, but he gets along great with the dogs, so it's all good. I don't know where Bella's going right now. She's on a mission. Maybe she might be heading down to see if UPS guy's coming. Bella, where are you going? Come on. Let's go. That's funny. Yes, nonviolent dogs are the best. I agree. But I've always been a dog person. We have cats because they help with the keeping the mouse population down, and they kind of do their thing. They, you know, they live outside. They live in the barn. We put food down for them every day. Those three are still hunkered down around that one mouse, and you know, they kind of have a role, if you will. Our dogs both have a role on the farm as well. The little dog, who is going to be naughty and trying to get under the fence here any time now, he is a hunting dog, and Bella, she does keep the animals safe. And I think I'm going to have to I got to bring him in. I'm not going to spend the day messing with him, trying to get out, so he's going in the barn. Bella, let's go, girl. Bella. All right, Bella doesn't want to come in. She's leaving. Bippity wants in her barn. All right. Just bear with me for just a minute. We are going to close up the back door so that Jax does not spend the day trying to figure out how to dig under the fence till my husband gets home. Because personally, I don't want to have them run off and get into trouble. We're not too far from the highway, and so there's always that possibility. Plus, you know, there's just too many people might complain if they're out getting into mischief. So, I'm going to close this up real quick. Yeah. Yeah, it's a good boy, Jax. He can hang out. It's not going to hurt him. By the way, guys, I so appreciate you coming along and hanging out when I'm doing my chores. It makes for a much more interesting morning because I'm so used to just kind of doing stuff, and my son's still asleep. He sleeps in. And if I didn't have YouTube to stream live while I'm doing this, then I would just be walking around the farm talking to myself, and I would look like a crazy lady. So this is actually much better. So I appreciate you guys being here. Yeah, Bella, she went back down. I think there's a gopher hole because she was real interested in that hole before, and she's back there trying to check it out again. Well, there must be something going on there. Oh, you know, SkyQuest, I have had my dog out by the yard, and people have grabbed her, and this was not this one, this was my other dog, grabbed him and took him to town. And it's like, really? And my hunting dog, my husband's hunting dog, we had hunters tried to steal him off the road one time. And it was just weird, and they grabbed Milo. This is my, I used to have a Labradoodle, who he died of old age, but somebody grabbed Milo drove him into town. He was out by my mailbox, right? They stop, they grab him, they put him in their car. They drive him to town and give him to the police chief. So the police chief calls me and says, oh yeah, your dog's in town. I'm like, how did he get in town? And he's like, oh yeah, this lady went and brought him in. So I called the lady. She's a gal that moved in here down the road. And just gave her a call and thanked her very kindly for looking after my dog and asked her not to do that again, because I explained to her that we live right there and our dogs were on our property when she decided to grab him and take him to town. So I thought that was actually ridiculous. Hey, Backwoods Hillbillies, I appreciate your coming along. This is just kind of something new for me. I'm trying to get used to doing some more live streaming. I do some live streaming after Monday Digs as well, but kind of walking around the farm and talking is actually pretty cool. When I'm metal detecting, I find it harder to live stream because I'm swinging and, you know, usually I'm out in remote areas that have limited internet anyway. This is Gracie. Oh, Gracie. Gracie's got kittens. She has 3 of them that live in the chicken barn. And she is leaving them to do their thing right now. I've been feeding them a little bit now. They're getting a little bit older and they can eat. So we're starting to make them a little more independent. That was Boo that just ran by. You know, it's funny. Every time I sit in this chair out here, the animals seem to think that's an open invitation to come and rub up on me. Let's see. Bye, DB. Thanks for coming. Appreciate your being here. Make sure you guys hit that like button if you would. And I so appreciate you guys coming and hanging out. I am not, I don't have anything super interesting to stream this morning. I am going to go detecting that old church, I think, a little bit later. Because it's knee deep in weeds, I actually might wear these muck boots and try to keep the ticks off of me. I don't know how I managed to dig over there the other day and not be covered in ticks, but I got out of there just fine. And it was interesting. It's new permission. It's an old church that's been closed for years, and they were going to move it and turn it into a like an Airbnb hunter house thing, and something happened with moving it. I don't know. Anyway, called the gal. She's super nice. Said I could detect there. And just my first pass through there, I found 2 wheat pennies and a 3 Mary Widows condom tin that was like 8 inches down, and I got a Merc dime. So there's definitely some potential there, and I'm looking forward to getting back out there. I got distracted when I was over there. I met the neighbor, and the neighbor used to have an old Garrett metal detector, and we got to talking, and he invited me over to his yard to... Yes, Rob, she dog napped my dog, and I thanked her for it, but I did get her back, so... Yeah, he actually was super nice. He was out cutting his grass. The house is this old, 1890s house, original to town. Used to be owned by the people that owned the lumber yard when the town was established. And it was his parents' house. And the grass was already quite neat and orderly. And he's out mowing it again. And it was the first time I'd ever seen anybody out in front of that house. And so I immediately dropped my stuff and went over and started talking to him and asked if I could detect his yard. And he says, oh, no, I metal detect. And I was like, really? So we got to talking about metal detecting. And he told me all the good places to go in town and what he's detected and stuff. He has an old Garrett that has knobs instead of digital display. And so he detects only by sound. And after we talked for a bit, he said, well, if you want, you can look around, no problem, and stuff. And I thanked him, and I went back to detecting in the weeds at the church. And after about, I don't know, maybe half hour, he came over and he goes, I couldn't even see if you were standing or kneeling in those weeds. We could barely see your head. And he was worried that I'd get covered in ticks. So he said, why don't you just come on over here? And so I went over to his yard, and we spent the rest of the afternoon playing in his yard. And it was fun because I took my headphones off, and we would listen to the tones together, and I would give him the reading that came up and also what I thought it would be. And then we would dig it up and see. So it was super fun. What's this? Let's see if I can see the chat at the same time. So I saw it pop by and it wasn't hanging on screen. There we go. And do we have chiggers? And Rob says yes. And in fact, I think my friend down in Pierre said something about them too. I've never seen one or had any like experience with them, but I know my friend Carrie, we go detecting now and then down in Pierre, and she always says that they're just awful and they get on her legs and this and that. So I don't know. I do get a lot of, like, I get eaten by every mosquito around, so that's usually the big issue. But the ticks is also just something I'm really paranoid about, because I don't really like ticks. So I have my dogs get, let's see, the one gets tick drops, the other gets those chews, and they're cool. They last for 3 months. My sister put her dog on the same one, so called Bravecto, I think it is, and it was giving her dog convulsions, and was having all sorts of problems. But my big dog seems to do just fine with them. I did find a tick on her the other day, and it had attached to her and then died because whatever the Bravecto is puts poison for ticks in their system. So I like the stuff. I think it's actually cool to have that option. I don't like tick drops because I don't like petting a dog that has tick poison on them. That's just kind of gross. So, let's see what else we got going. You don't see them, you feel them. Huh. So, are they tiny, like fleas then, if you don't see them? Thanks, Squirrels Magnet Fishing, I appreciate it. Yeah, I like this place. It's funny because before I met my husband, we've been married now for 6 years. Before I met him, I rented a farm because I wanted to buy a farm out in the hills, and I thought maybe I should see what living on a farm's like. So I went and rented one for like a year, and I loved living on the farm. At the time, I refurbished that chicken house. It was on the old farm, and I had a bunch of farm cats, and I had my dogs, but I was kind of afraid to get chickens because I was afraid there would be all these predators would come and kill my chickens. And it was, I had cats in the barn, and I remember I went on vacation one time, and I rigged up this cat feeder, which was basically a long piece of PVC pipe with a curve on the end, and you fill it with cat food. And I strapped it to the barn wall so my cats would have food and water the whole time they're gone, right? Well, the raccoons got into the barn, and they ate all the cat food. They washed their grubby little hands in the water I left for them. And then when they ran out of cat food, they got pissed off at that PVC container and ripped it off the wall. So we definitely had predators around there that, I'm sure the raccoons would have been all over trying to get at my chicken eggs too, and stuff. So I never did get chickens there. But when I married my husband, he didn't have chickens here, and that was like one of the first things I did that spring. First spring we were married, is went and got chickens. The second thing I did was we went and got a metal detector and started metal detecting that year. So that's how we got into it in the first place. Very tiny. I assume you mean those chiggers. Yeah. Let's see. Hey, Beverly. Hey, thanks for sending me your address. I will send you out your winning from the race the other day. I think it was an Apollo moon landing token. And I have the cards all addressed. I just have to write notes and get stamps on them and get them into the mail. So that's cool. It's going to take a little more work to get, I think Mandy's prize, I'm going to have to just priority mail it because it's, between the t-shirt and the other things she wanted, it's a bigger package. And I think that parcel post is just a rip-off these days. They are, the priority mail flat rate regional shipping is only like $1 or $2 more than getting parcel post. And then you don't have to worry about weight, and you don't have to worry about the messing around. You can just print the prepaid thing online and call it good. So that's the only thing when you, with the prize wheel, most of the prizes are smaller that you could drop them in an envelope for less than an ounce. But there were a few things on there that are kind of a little bit heavier and bulkier to mail. I think the Simplex t-shirts are actually really cool. And I don't know if Glenn's still on, but if he is, I think you totally need a Simplex t-shirt. So you should be playing Relic Bingo and see if you can win one. Just saying. Nokta Makro, Dilek over at Nokta Makro is awesome. We were chatting. Actually, I was writing to the Nokta Makro people for some tech support. I wanted to know the specs on the charger that they use for the Legend because I wanted to see if I could get it because he was being all proprietary about it. So he didn't really answer my question. She intervened and she answered my question, which was awesome. And then I told her all about Monday Digs and that 3 of our creators are running a Legend and that we're doing Relic Bingo. And she was super nice. She actually sent me a box of goodies to add to the prize wheel. And a couple of the items they're bigger items, and so I am going to save them for a different type of giveaway simply because they will cost more to ship. She sent me a Nokta Makro digger and also a really cool dig bag. And I think I will do a review of the dig bag and then put it up for as a prize, as a comment prize on that review. I was going to compare it to the new, my new dig bag is the Garrett dig bag, and I kind of wanted to compare them side by side and see which one I like better and stuff, and then we'll make that available. Stocking, I think, this gopher hole. I'm not sure, or she's on a gopher hole. I was curious why she's out here, so thought we would come out and see what she's doing. Are you on a gopher hole, girl? Is that what you're doing? Or are you watching me? Yeah, she is bound and determined to sit out here at the end of our driveway, and she's watching, I assume would be a pocket gopher hole. So that's kind of funny. We'll just leave her to her own devices. Thank you, Backwood Hillbillies. I appreciate you guys coming. Anyway, I'm going to call it a morning, as I do have to get inside. I got my chores done out here, but I do need to get inside, do a few things with internet things before I can go off and play today. I am also, just so you guys know, I'm putting together what I can only describe as a TV guide for live streams for the Diggun community. We have a lot of different creators do live streams on a regular basis. And then you have people like me that just pop up here and there and, you know, it's like, I don't have a set schedule. Like Anita over at Mad Town Fishing, she pops up. She is definitely a channel. Check it out, because if you ring the bell when she pops up and does a live stream, they're always like impromptu chats. They're kind of fun. She was on with me last night when I was doing my live stream after Monday Digs. But anyway, I thought it might be helpful for the community to have one place you could go and see what is basically what's playing that day or what's playing that week. And the other advantage to this for the creators is that by linking to all of their live streams, it will help with their Google algorithms and hopefully get them a little more traction on their live streams. So I'm in the process of putting that together, and hopefully we'll have it done this month, and then we'll have kind of a rolling resource for people to go and see what's going on. And it should be a good way for people to also discover new creators. I'm curious if this cat's still playing the same dead mouse. Hey, Spot. Oh yeah. He thinks he caught that mouse. I know he didn't. Actually, I think he's a she. I think Spot's a girl. Yeah, so on that note, guys, thanks for joining, and we'll make this our ending. screen. Oh, hey, thanks for stopping by. 513 is Travers. Check out Travers' channel. He found his first Mercury dime the other day. Congratulations. Oh, Anita, you must have, your ears must have been burning. I was just talking about you and saying that they should check out your channel because you do pop-up live streams and stuff. That is so funny. And I was talking about the Dig Streams website I'm working on that has all of the different scheduled live streams and stuff. Oh, absolutely. And I will link both of your channels in my description so that you guys have that that extra thing. But everybody on my live streams, you guys all have blue wrenches, so you can click on each other's channels and just click on over and give them a quick sub, and then go back and just click on over and give them a quick sub, and then go back and watch one of their videos. You can watch a short or a long, doesn't really matter. Watch a video or two and then comment on it, and if you do that, they will actually, your subscription will stick, for starters, and they should pop up in your live stream at the point when you are, kind of cruising around looking for something to look at on YouTube. It should come up. So if you would do that, you can make new friends and kind of hang out. Plus, if you comment on each other's live stream, or not live streams, comment on each other's videos, this is a great way for you to build subscribers, because say you go on a video and somebody, finds a Tootsie toy, and you comment, you say, hey, that's really a great Tootsie toy, I love it. I found one like that in my park dig last summer, right? Well, other people read those comments too, and somebody might see that and be interested in Tootsie toys, and they'll be like, oh, let me go check out their site too. So it is a really good way to build community and kind of help one another out. I wanted to say hi, but I have to go to somewhere. Anita, I appreciate you stopping in to say hello. Make sure you smash that like button on your way out, right? Like I need to tell you, you totally know that. And I just wandered out to my kitchen, made my cup of coffee, and I'm back in front of my computer. I love my new wireless headphones. That is awesome. I have Beats headphones that are wireless for my Mac, but they're pink, and they look like I'm rocking the whole Princess Leia donut hair look when I wear them. So I got a different pair of headphones for streaming that are silver. I don't think I like them either, but they're actually wired. The wireless component of them didn't work too great, so I've got them wired. Yes, SkyQuest, definitely check out Anita's channel. She's a good friend, and she's fun to chat with, so definitely check it out. And here, 513 Dig, Trevor says, trying YouTube from the computer for the first time. How's that working out for you? And by the way, Trevor, did you do the last update for Nokta Makro? Or are you still on did you do the first one and then skip the rest of them? I'm just curious. I only did the first one. I have not plugged in since. Mine are black, so I'm rocking the Darth Vader look. That is awesome. You hate it. What do you hate? The computer? Or the update? And he says 1.7. Okay, so you did one more update past the first one, I think. Thank you, Anita. You have a beautiful day. Yeah, for some reason I'm streaming on my phone. It doesn't leave the chat up. I have to keep asking for it over and over, which is kind of annoying. And Bella stopped stalking that one gopher hole, but she's still interested in something. I don't know if you guys can hear all these blackbirds. Look at those trees. These guys are the bane of all of the corn farmers in the area. And they actually have these things called, they're cannons. Blackbird cannons, I think is what they call them. And they are just these devices that make a big boom and scare the blackbirds away from the corn. And they do it, I think, on a timer. But these guys are all hanging out in the trees right now, and they're not my favorite birds. I do like the robins and stuff, and we have some really cool birds, some cardinals and things around here. But the blackbirds are just, they will cover the trees and just make the most horrific noise sometimes. And right now they're not being too bad. They're just chatting. But I'll tell you. The simplex is not as noisy as the legend. Trevor, did you set your sensitivity like down around 7 or so, or is it all the way jacked up? And isn't the simplex, that's the one you won, isn't it? Rob says you need to comment on a channel from time to time, as the bot sweeper comes around every so often. After so long of non-activity, it determines you're a bot. You know, I've never had that happen to me, Rob. I always, you know, there's channels that I do follow and I comment on regularly. I have channels that I forget about for some time, but I'm still subscribed to them. So I don't know about that. It's very few times have I ever been to a channel and noticed that it had unsubscribed me. Oh, here comes Buffy. Simplex is one notch below. This is one of my original chickens I got. She is a Buff Orpington, which is why her name is Buffy. And we made a rule when we first got chickens: if the chickens get a name, then they're not pets, but they won't ever be killed for food. They won't. She won't turn into a soup chicken. She just gets to live out a happy retirement when she's done laying eggs. And she's like 5 years old now, so she's getting down to the end of her egg laying cycle. They lay for 6 or 7 years, but the egg production goes down significantly after year 4. But she's cool. She kind of hangs out and hopefully eats ticks and stuff around the property. She doesn't mind coming over and hanging out with me, which is kind of cool. All the other chickens are over in the chicken area. And Buffy usually comes over here and runs around, looks for stuff. And I don't feed her over here because I don't want a bunch of chickens coming over. But she's looking for stuff and hanging out. Let's see what chat says. That is awesome, Trevor. I have never won a detector in a drawing. You are just so lucky. Or is this the one you're going to have your nephews using? Looks like Plugs just popped up. He is rocking the silver this year. If you guys haven't checked out his channel, it's Plugs for Days. And he's often in the live streams and stuff. And I think he lives out on the west coast, like maybe Oregon, not sure. I set the legend to 15. Okay. 15 out of what? Is it 15 out of 20 or 15 out of 25? Right now I have my, that's a little deer hoof. Little one. My legend was not finding as much stuff as I would hope it would until I found out that I had the sensitivity set way down. So now I run it full open now, and it hasn't been too noisy, so I kind of go with it. You also kind of get used to the tones, I think, and that's probably why it's not bugging me. It looks like the sun just came out, which means it's going to be impossible to read the screen here in a second. Let me see if I can... I've been unsubbed to several channels due to that. There are diver channels that go silent. And sorry, it's really bright out here. I'm going to have to find a shady spot to read. This is the one downside to streaming from your phone. Is it's, when it gets bright out, it's impossible to read the screen. Let's go here in the shade real quick. See if I can get it to come up. Okay. Okay, so Rob says, I've been unsubbed to several channels due to that. There are diver channels that go silent in the winter that I've been unsubbed to. Oh, so the simplex is too heavy. You gave your dad the AT Pro and you're going to find a smaller detector. What about if just putting a smaller coil on the simplex, would that work? And the AT Pro, if you run that with a small coil, it's really not that heavy either. Although I think that's one of the reasons why my son is not digging metal detecting. I've had him swing a few times, and I think he thinks it's too heavy as well. Bye, SkyQuest. Thanks for coming. We'll catch you later, all right? Everybody, if you haven't checked out SkyQuest channel, please do. Yeah, getting your first silver is always, that's what had me hooked. I found my first mark at a park about 10 miles south of here. Yeah, you know what? That's a good machine. I think that would be a good one for him. Look on Facebook. You might be able to pick one up used if you look around, because people do outgrow them. So just a thought. My kitty. This is Bippity has come up, because again, if I sit down, then the animals think I am all about it. So it's yeah, they all think I'm here to entertain them when I sit down. And I'm sitting on the trailer steps and just kind of chilling. Hey guys, I think I'm going to call it. I appreciate you guys all being here today. I got to get on with my day. I'm hoping the ground dries just yourself. You just have to watch the premieres and play along, so it's super fun. And thanks for joining and digging out. Have a beautiful day.